We watch an anime, week 3, winter 2022. The shows keep continuing. Demon Slayer again, just like when will Demon Slayer stop popping off? Besides that, yeah, a bunch of cute episodes, Dress Up Darling, of course, and Attack on Titan was sick, so yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so for Demon Slayer episode 9, the Entertainment District arc, it's insane. The fights just keep escalating, it's popping off. This fight in specific, just like there's so many layers to it. They just try various different strategies, try to take down this upper moon demon. Tanjiro and Uzui, they're teaming up. Uzui's doing a sound breathing, just like very loud slashing techniques. Tanjiro, he's just trying to breathe, trying to like at least be useful. And then yeah, they both try to like decapitate the demon while he's poisoned, but he just like regens. He nullifies the poison very quickly. He's upper moon for a reason. So yeah, while they're fighting him, we get like some Tengen backstory with all his wives. Very cute because we just see them hanging out. His three thick wives, they're all like eating lunch and a picnic. They visit his family's grave, and then they just like talk. So pretty chill. Also like very heavy death flags over here. So yeah, hopefully no one dies, you know? But yeah, we go back to the fight, just like Uzui's just hard carrying, trying his best, trying to deflect all the attacks, while Tanjiro's coming in trying to be useful. And then the Sash Demon comes in, Daki, so she's just attacking from the other side, and then they have to deal with her again. So it's just really hard trying to avoid all the sashes, while also like trying to kill this upper moon demon. So then one of the wives with the kunais, she like destroys all the sashes. But the thing is, the upper moon demon, he comes in, he just like grabs her face. So he's so fast, they are not able to defend her. And then Uzui's just like being trapped, held back by the sashes. So she's about to get her face crushed. And then Tanjiro comes in, he starts breathing. He doesn't use the water breathing. He combines it with the fire breathing. So that's kind of a new innovation by him. So yeah, this is how like new breathing techniques get created, I guess. They kind of explain it. So you combine like the basic element with another basic element, and then you get all these other crazy shit like sound. So yeah, he combines water with fire a bit, and then he just like moves really fast. So yeah, Tanjiro gets a quick upgrade, but like anytime he uses his fire breathing, he just like gets winded, so he's like very exhausted. He can't really defend himself for the second attack. So he saves the wife, but then the demon's about to attack him, cut him, and then Uzui comes in to save him, of course. So yeah, they both get the upper hand on him. They like kind of stab him, and they're about to cut his neck again, and then he just like blocks it really quickly. So all their attempts, all their various different strategies to kill this demon, they just do not work. He's just too OP. So then he's about to like kind of cut him up in like a big AoE circle, and then Uzui kind of like knocks them both back. So now Uzui's fighting the demon one on one, and Tanjiro's just knocked back, and he meets up with Inosuke and Zenitsu, and they're fighting Daki. So I guess new fight by Tanjiro. Now he's teaming up with the boys. So they fight Daki. This one it goes a lot easier. Like Daki's still really strong, but she's not as strong as the guy with like actual poison blood. Like if you get cut by him, you're dead. So yeah, they kind of like mess around. They just like realize that Daki, her neck is really flexible since it's like made of like the sash material. So the only way to defeat her is to attack her at multiple angles really fast. So the key is speed, and all three of them kind of unlock their speed technique. Zenitsu, you know he's already fast as fuck. He already got it with his lightning breathing. Inosuke kind of teams up as well and just like uses the beast breathing. Just does the Naruto running with his two swords. And then Tanjiro also joins in with his new kind of water fire technique. So all three of them are really fast. They all team up, try to get all the sashes down. And then Inosuke just like gets her neck, and then he has two swords, right? So he starts like cutting that shit. Like I'm filleting a salmon right here. So it was very brutal, but yeah, he just goes back and forth, rubs her neck like a saw, and cuts that shit up. So yeah, he decapitates her, but the thing is like she can't die unless both of the brother and sisters die at the same time. But the thing is he can stop her from regenning by just running away and taking her away from the fight. So Inosuke's just playing football with their head, and we all good. One demon down, one to go. Psych, because we did not win. We end the episode with the biggest cliffhanger this year. Like, I can't believe they did it to us. And if I did not read the manga, I'd just be so angry. I'd be so, like, anticipating next week because Inosuke gets stabbed in the back by the upper moon demon, the real one, Gyutaro. So, you know, if you get stabbed by him, you're poisoned straight up. Things get stabbed straight in the heart. So yo, my boy Inosuke, if this was the last time we see him, I'm gonna be pissed off. And then yeah, the sister is rescued. And if that's not bad enough, we see Uzui. His hand got cut off and he's just knocked out. So yeah, he's also in trouble. Like they didn't kill him, but his hand got cut off, so that's huge. And then Inosuke kind of gets caught in this explosion and pushes Tanjiro off the roof. So yeah, everyone's basically incapacitated except Tanjiro and maybe Nezuko. She's still sleeping in her box. So yeah, there's gonna be a huge ass pull required. Like some huge plot armor is needed to defeat this demon because yeah, they tried their best. They did all different techniques. None of them worked. These two demons are just like so strong. So yeah, we'll see next episode what happens because we couldn't kill them this time, but maybe there's some secret technique. Maybe there's some unlocked power. But yeah, very cool episode. I love the breathing techniques, the slashes, the CGI. It's amazing. Animation, just like showing everyone running really fast, cutting each other, slashing each other. Yeah, it never gets old. So I'm definitely excited to get more content next week because we cannot just end it off on that big ass cliffhanger. Like, come on, bro. Okay, so for my dress up darling, episode 4, last week we realized that Kitagawa says there's a convention happening in 2 weeks. So Gojo thinks he only has 2 weeks to make the cosplay. The whole slippery girl's costume, just like all the black dresses and the laces, he has to kind of sew all that, cut it up. And then yeah, it's just like gonna be a lot of work because like he's used to making clothes for dolls before, but this is for a whole ass human being. So he's working hard trying to make it for her. We also see Gojo's grandpa actually faints because he sees like some leggings that Gojo bought for the cosplay. So he's like, "Oh shit, my grandson's getting laid." But then yeah, he faints. But I thought this was a comedy bit, him fainting. But apparently it's a huge deal because he hit his head and he has to go to the hospital. So that kind of made me feel bad. So yeah, hopefully he gets better. On top of all of that though, Gojo has his midterm exams coming up. So yeah, classic anime, they don't really bring up the exams unless it has like real plot relevance. So this is Gojo's to-do list for the next 2 weeks. He has to work on the cosplay. He has to study for the midterms. He has to look after his grandfather, visit him in the other house. And then he has to also run the shop a little bit because there's also like customers that want to see. So that's a lot to do, but Gojo, he doesn't shy away from it. He's on his Sigma grind. He doesn't ask for help. He doesn't like complain. He doesn't let anyone know. He just does everything. His main priority is like working on the dress and also running the shop. And his grandpa's also on his mind. So then we see one of the days he just like gets depressed while he's sleeping and just crying. It's like, bro, I'm so useless. I can't do this. And then he realizes that okay, I can't just cry and everything. I gotta work hard. So then yeah, he gets like a cool character development moment, and then he's just like working on the cosplay late night, staying up, and it's finally finished. Everything goes off perfectly. Gojo's just a bit tired. He neglected his health these past 2 weeks, but yeah, he did most of the things. And then he tells Kitagawa, "Yo, I finished the cosplay for you, just in time for the 2 week convention." And she's like, "Bro, that's what you've been doing? You've been like sacrificing your health just to like rush this cosplay? I was just saying that to mention it. I didn't think you'd actually finish it in 2 weeks." So yeah, big misunderstanding again. I just love this first arc because it strengthens their relationship a lot. We see Marin crying, like, "Oh shit, it was my fault. I forced you to do it." And it goes just like, "No, no, no, it's my fault. It's my fault. Don't worry about it." And then, like, in the end of the day, he's like, "Okay, can you put on the cosplay? Let's see if the hard work paid off." And then, yeah, she wears it. It's very good, very professionally made compared to her old, just like black, normal dress. This one has layers in it, has all the lace, all the kind of meticulous details. She has the wig, she has purple hair. They're doing like eyelashes and her actual eye color, so they're going like in depth. Like, this is like professional level cosplay. It's not like amateur shit anymore, which is kind of crazy. And then yeah, Kitagawa did it. She finally achieved her dream of dressing up like that girl she liked. And yeah, it was pretty beautiful, very cool, like nice episode, very emotional. Showed us like more of Gojo's character, how he just like grinds on his own. And now like their relationship is as close as ever. So yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen now since the cosplay is finished. Just like there's a whole world of possibilities to go. We're just 4 episodes into this anime. We're 1/3 through, so there's a lot more to go probably. We got to see the cosplay. We got to do a lot more things. So I'm curious what's gonna happen in the future. Also, for Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2, episode 4. Pretty cool episode. This wasn't really an action episode. It was more of like backstories, character development, which is like I really loved it. We got a lot of cool reveals. So then yeah, there's still some mystery on what Eren's kind of motivation is, but Zeke has all the power so far. And then Zeke is like, "Eren, I'll show you. you think like, oh, Eldian euthanasia, you think it's a bad plan. I'm gonna change your mind. I'm gonna show you like how your dad brainwashed you. So yeah, they go inside of like Grisha's memories because yeah, they're in like I guess the Pat's universe, so they have like the power to do this. We kind of see Grisha's whole life, how he like kind of mistreated Zeke, but then how he like redid his life inside the Paradise Island, had a new family, had Aaron as a baby, and yeah, it was pretty cute. So yeah, Aaron is like, yeah, bro, I already know this. Like this is I already know my dad like already did this shit. It's no big deal. So the big thing is that like Zeke is kind of confused. Like, all right, if you know your dad's evil, then why aren't you listening to my plan? My plan that'll like kill all the Titans and stop us from being hated and never being born. And then Aaron was like, Zeke, bro, you got daddy issues. Chill. Like I ain't about that. So we don't really know what Aaron's plan is, but we get some big reveal. So I realized that Grisha, he kind of regrets everything. He was actually like a good father. They kind of like swerved it on us, so we thought he was like a great father in the beginning of the series, and then they turned it on us and realized that like Zeke was kind of like oppressed by his dad, and then his dad also killed like all these like innocent children. And then they turn it around on us again. He's actually like he has a heart. He's actually a good person. So yeah, Grisha kind of regrets killing people. He's like really peaceful. He's a doctor, so he kind of wants to live his life like peacefully, but yeah, he can't do that because like Titans are about to attack. So he doesn't want everyone in the Paradise Island to die. He wants to save the Eldians. So he knows where like the Rice family's hiding, but like this was years ago. He didn't really attack them, so he only went to visit them once the walls collapsed. We kind of see what really happened. So yeah, some big reveals. One is that Grisha didn't really want to kill these people, and then two, he has the power to see the future. So the attack titan can see every other attack titan's memories. This is very weird because okay, it's kind of cool that got revealed, but also like okay, you introduce time travel or at least like kind of knowledge of the future in the story. So now like there's gonna be so many plot holes that'll come up probably if it's not properly explained. Mainly because like okay, if you know the future, can you change it? So it seems like in the story you can actually like kind of manipulate it. You can kind of like follow your heart and then use the future to kind of guide your decisions. So the thing is like Grisha he didn't want to kill Frida. Like he was like, no, I can't do it, and then Aaron convinces him. So apparently Aaron showed him his vision using the Attack Titan power. It kind of just forced Grisha to kill all these people, which was like very nuts. So yeah, there's kind of a lot to unpack here, but I guess the main thing is that okay, the Attack Titan can tell the future, and Grisha was just like listening to Aaron when he did all his things because he like believed Aaron's plan would save all the Eldians. So yeah, we still don't know what Aaron's plan is, but I mean it's like heavily implied that it involves a lot of destruction. But basically Zeke is like, oh shit, this isn't good. Now Aaron has all the power here. Like I don't know why. This like I didn't even calculate this. So yeah, pretty cool episode. Just like Aaron and Zeke talking about their dad. They realize that their dad is a good person and Aaron is actually kind of like the bad guy. And then Aaron's plan seems to be very violent compared to Zeke's plan, where it's just like we can't reproduce anymore. So yeah, very sick episode. I love how like Map is doing this. The facial expressions are great. The kind of like story and like climaxes, emotional moments, they hit pretty hard. And then yeah, I'm just like curious what's gonna happen next. It's like we're reaching a lot of high points, a lot of reveals, a lot of character motivations. So I guess Aaron is the most mysterious one. What is Aaron all about? What is he gonna do? We'll find out next week. Okay, so for Police in a Pod episode 4, another cute episode. I really love this episode. A lot of suffering in here actually. So our main girl Kawaii, she's like doing things, suffering a lot. So here we see like the police, they have to find a missing person in the mountains because yeah, the mountains are huge. It's pretty easy to get lost. So there's like this missing old man. They call the police, the fire department, all these volunteers just like out here working. And then they didn't really have a lot of sleep. So yeah, it's like a hard life. So then Kawaii's on dog duty, which is to kind of follow this big police dog. So yeah, Kawaii loves animals, so she thinks it's pretty cute. She's like all up for this. The issue is though the dog just like runs around. It's like playing. So she has to kind of like run and chase him. It was like actually a really hard thing to do. So yeah, dog duty is rough. Kawaii's not having a good time. She just wants to quit her job, and the mountains kind of suck. We also see Fuji hanging out, and then she is like trying to ignore all these crimes that are happening. Like people littering in the mountains and people like driving unsafely up the mountains. So it's also pretty like funny depiction of like police life. And yeah, Kawaii's really sad. She kind of rants on how it's hard to be like an officer while she's a woman because no one really cares about her feelings. She has to be dehydrated all the time because she like can't pee on the road like everyone else. So yeah, life is difficult for her. I really feel for her emotions, but Yeah, she hammers through in the end. And then yeah, they find the old man eventually. He just got lost a bit, so yeah, it's all good. Next we have a marathon running. So Fuji and Kawai are on like traffic duty, trying to like configure all the traffic lights and stuff. So it's like pretty serious job. Kawai doesn't really want to like be involved in it. She thinks it's too dangerous. She might cause a traffic accident. So she responds to a call on a radio that says there's like this missing person on the other side of the city. So Kawhi thinks, oh, it's fine. I'll just answer, respond to this call. I'll like, walk around. It'll be good. I won't run into any criminals. But then she actually finds the dude. She just stumbles onto him. And then she has to chase him, I guess. She's like going slowly, hey, stop, don't be afraid. But then he starts running. And then yeah, Kawhi doesn't really have any weapons on her. She only has this traffic baton. And like this dude's just like outrunning her. No one's helping her. All the spectators and bystanders are cheering her on and recording her. So yeah, Kawhi's just like running so hard. She's probably exhausted, even though like she wanted to relax. And then he kind of like runs down this like ramp. She actually tries to chase him and falls down onto the concrete ground. She's okay though. She gets a little scrapped and bruised, but nothing serious. And yeah, this is a hard life for her. Just like 2 stories of Kawhi just like suffering. Fuji visits her in the end in her apartment. They kind of hang out, they drink, and it's pretty cute. Just like working is hard, but I guess in the end of the day, it's about the friends you made along the way. Okay, so for Rust Eater Bisco, episode 3. Pretty cool episode. We get some cool fight scenes, as well as just like a great story progression. So yeah, the main fight scene we have is Bisco fighting Panda's sister Pau. So yeah, she's strong as fuck, going head to head with Bisco, just like beating him a lot. So her weapon's like this metal pipe that she's just swinging. We see that her rust illness is like technically weakening her, but she's like powering through it all. And then Bisco realizes that Milo is like trying to care for her. He realizes that they are related, and then he kind of makes her waste some time. So then she gets distracted. He hits her with a poison arrow that knocks her out, and then yeah, she fell asleep. So yeah, Pau was fucking shit up, but then yeah, Bisco had some other weapons in his arsenal. So then after that, the old man, the grandpa, he kind of gets cured. He's actually a badass. He's kind of like Bisco's mentor, kind of teaching him about the mushrooms. And then we find out like what these mushrooms are all about. It's pretty obvious, but the mushrooms are good. Bisco's actually a hero. He's not like a terrorist. We realize that the mushrooms, they absorb the rust, so they're kind of like the cure to everything. But then people think, oh, since mushrooms grow in rust-filled areas, they actually like start to spread. So yeah, that's where the difference in opinion comes through, and it's kind of like a big misconception everywhere that mushrooms are evil. It might be spread by the government or something, but yeah, basically Bisco and the mushrooms, he's trying to like save people from the rusting, and then he's trying to find the Rust Eater. It's the name of a mushroom. It's like the whole title right here, but apparently this mushroom, it can cure like all the diseases. It can like make medicine that'll cure the rust illness. It's really powerful. So yeah, that's Bisco's whole mission to find it. And then the old man is like, all right, yo, Milo, the doctor, he can go on you with your mission. He can help you and he can make the medicine since he's really smart. So then you got a perfect traveling companion. The old man stays behind because he's kind of injured still, but he's still badass. So we get our kind of cool story point. Bisco leaves with Milo. They go on their adventure, which is very cool. And I guess like Pau, she's still like knocked out, so she might try to chase them. We see other characters that might also like try to stop them. So yeah, people are hunting them, but they manage to like just like create huge mushrooms, fly away through the city, cross the bridge, and just like exit through the desert. So yeah, cool episode of Bisco. We had a great fight scene, and I'm excited to see like where our adventure goes next. Okay, so for Takagi-san season 3, episode 4, pretty classic episode. Nothing like extreme happened. Just like Takagi continuing her teasing, just like one-upping Nishikata at every moment. Here, just like a uniform theme. So Nishikata changes his school uniform to the winter outfit, and then Takagi still wearing the summer one. So then he's like, "Oh, are you sure you won't be cold?" And then if you say the word cold today, then I win and you lose. So it's like, yeah, pretty random game, but Takagi's not gonna lose. She's not gonna forget. So then Nishikata kind of admits defeat when they're walking home. Takagi gets close to him and it's like, all right, if I admit that I'm cold, will you warm me up? So yeah, she's very bold, but then yeah, he's like, oh no, I lost, I lost. After that, we see them eating lunch together, which is pretty cute. Takagi also outsmarts him when they're eating lunch. He's like, oh, can you guess what's inside my jelly-filled donut? I mean, onigiri. And yeah, Nishikata like tries to deduce it, but he fails, so It's funny because Nishikata keeps losing, but then Takagi, it's like technically her victory since she can spend so much time with her man. After that, there was kind of this weird side story where like they take pictures of UFOs, and then there's actually a real UFO coming. So Takagi, apparently there's aliens in this universe, and yeah, they're visiting Japan for some reason. So yeah, that was pretty random. Also, Takagi and Nishikata hit up the bathhouse, and then Takagi kind of teases him there, where it's like, oh, the first one to blush loses. And then Nishikata's like obviously blushing when Takagi gets close to him. But then Nishikata also surprises us. This wasn't really the critical hit, but it was like a cool moment by him, where he's like, oh, it's getting kind of dark. I'll walk you home. And Takagi's like, oh shit, he cares about me? Damn. Very smooth by him. And then, yeah, Takagi actually blushes. So it's actually her defeat. But, she's not going to admit it. So, yeah, cool relationship developments happening. The classic teasing occurs. And it looks like we'll see more in the future. It seems like a pattern here is that Takagi is repeatedly taking a lot of L's, but not admitting it. Okay, so for Akebi-chan Sailor Uniform, episode 4. Another chill episode. This was very chill, just like more friendship being had. We get more characters. So, yeah, Akebi's hanging out with Tanigawa. She's the photographer, part of the photography club, and then she just wants to take pictures of all the other clubs. And she also wants to take pictures of Akebi. She wants Akebi to be her model. So yeah, that's pretty cute. And then they just like go around the classroom. Akebi's just like out here trying to model for her, but she just can't get the proper angle. It's just like these kind of pictures are not really candid. It doesn't really look like the real Akebi. So yeah, Tanigawa doesn't really like that. So yeah, Tanigawa's like working hard trying to see, oh, how do I get Akebi's real personality out here? So yeah, they start walking again, and then Akebi almost gets hit by a baseball. Yo, be careful. The baseball club almost hits a home run on her. She dodges it, but her outfit gets dirty. Her sailor uniform, that coveted sailor uniform, it gets dirty. So one of the girls from the baseball club, Usagihara, well, we saw her recently. She's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, come back to my dorm. I'll laundry that shit for you. Before it stains. So then yeah, we get Usagihara. We saw her before, and then yeah, she plays baseball. And then we visit her dorm. So apparently these middle school girls are just chilling in dorm rooms, so that's pretty cool. I think I did forget, but yeah, apparently they're on like some prestigious academy, so yeah, this is actually like some real cool middle school. And then yeah, we visit the dorm room with all three of the girls. And then yeah, they hang out. Akebi kind of takes her clothing off. She has some holes in her socks that she wants to hide. And then she gets a dress from the other girl, Usagihara. And then yeah, Akebi's just wearing this white dress. She looks like an idol. She kind of looks like her favorite idol girl. So yeah, it's pretty cute. They're just hanging out, talking. We realize that Usagihara can actually cook food. She can bake cookies really well. So yeah, she's just baking them. So Akebi's just like kind of impressed. Oh my god, she's amazing. And Akebi's just like stuffing her face with these cookies, so pretty cute. And then another character point happens where Usagihara thought Akebi was just like perfect in every way. She's like a modern Tokyo girl. So she was kind of like impressed by her. But then when she invites Akebi to cook some food, Akebi just like burns everything. Classic anime girl just like burns the food. So yeah, we realized that Akebi can't cook pretty well. So there's like some things that Akebi can't do. She's really skilled at other things, but then yeah, she's not like the jack of all trades that we saw before. She just kind of like gives it her all, puts herself out there, and is really expressive. So yeah, we get some good friendship. They kind of learn more about each other. And then Akebi puts on her outfit again, her sailor uniform. She has some holes in her socks. So then they kind of laugh at her, and then Tanigawa, she's like, all right, this is the perfect angle for you. This is a perfect picture. Just you being candid, being embarrassed, but also like being yourself. So yeah, they get a picture of Akebi in her sailor uniform and holes in her socks. All in all, pretty cute episode. I love watching this every week, and I'm kind of curious where they go from here. Yeah, there was kind of light fan service in this episode. It wasn't really super heavy, so I guess we'll take that as a win. Okay, so for Tokyo 24th Ward, episode 4. This was a pretty chill episode. Nothing really huge happened. But I guess we're gonna wait for like the next big kind of like disaster or accident to happen. But yeah, over here we get some kind of story points. One of like, oh, like that tornado happened last episode. There was like couple like tens of deaths and a bunch of people injured, so it's so sad. We see one of the girls Kozue, where her dad died, so that was also pretty sad. And then yeah, we also get like some world building where there was like this thing called Hazard Cast. Apparently it's like this like invasive like tracking program that like predicts crimes that'll happen before they happen. So it's kind of like a dystopian future thing, but apparently all the data is encrypted, so it's only for warning people. it's not for like actually commercially selling your data. So apparently predicting crimes and accidents before they happen, I guess it's fine. So we get some background on stuff that's gonna happen. Apparently they're gonna like build a casino on the 24th ward. We see Kosuke, she's just like running away from home a lot, just like hanging out late at night. So the blue-haired dude Shuta, he goes kind of like follows her. We see her in Shantytown, which is kind of the underground slum area. So there's a lot of graffiti, a lot of prostitution, a lot of like poverty here. So yeah, Kosui's out here. Shuta's like thinks she's gonna take some drugs or something, but she's just here to look at the graffiti because it reminds her of her father. So yeah, the red-haired dude that like creates the graffiti. His name is Ran. His graffiti is like really nice as part of like this whole series, and then Kosue's out there admiring it. And then the next big thing happens is that they get a call from Asumi at the end of the episode. Another accident is about to happen, and it's pretty serious. So one, this big cruise ship on the outside of Tokyo will explode, and the only way to stop the explosion is to kill the dude who has the trigger, which is one of Rand's friends who like graffitis a lot. So yeah, apparently he thinks Rand is a good artist, and then like he can't really imitate that art himself, so he's making his own art, which is an explosion. Very Deidara like of him. But yeah, we end the episode there. So I guess we got like a boat mission next episode. And I mean, I guess the solution's already there. One life versus like all the lives of people on the boat. But you know, there's probably like a gray area that we'll see. Maybe the people on the boat are evil. Maybe they don't want to kill Rand's friend. So I'm excited to see how they'll solve this next episode, if they'll make any mistakes or will they do it perfectly. Okay, so for Princess Connect Redive Season 2, Episode 3. Another cute episode, pretty funny. It's basically about not having friends and being lonely and being embarrassed that you're lonely. So we follow our main squad, Yuki and Kokoro, going out buying things. And then they come across this girl, Aoi. It's like she's attending the school, but she has like no friends in the school. So she's just so lonely. And then she gets invited by like these people in the library one day. So then we meet the library people. They're doing research on some like random thing that's happening in the forest. People are scared because there's like forest monsters. And then we meet this other kind of cute girl, Uni. And she seems to be like a researcher girl, just like loves to research. So they go into forest, her squad and all the other girls, and then the main character. They come across the monsters in the forest. It was pretty scary, kind of like a random spooky episode. There's like a lot of jump scares and then like people just getting knocked out and missing. We realize this is all Aoi's fault. She's like knocking out everyone because she's kind of scared that they'll find out her secret, which is she made these forest monsters. She actually assembled them because she was so lonely, so they were like the only thing she could talk to. And then people like thought they were monsters, so they got scared. But they're actually just like random wooden dummies. So yeah, pretty random and funny. Everyone makes up at the end. The misconception is cleared up. But yeah, anyway, very solid episode, very cute, wholesome, and also very scary. Okay, so for the case study of Vanitas, part 2, episode 3. This was a pretty chill episode. We get some kind of like character backstories, which is pretty cool. The main one is Chloe, which is like kind of the mysterious like little white-haired vampire girl, and we realize kind of like what she's all about. Apparently, she made a deal with the demon that Noe was chasing, so yeah, that was interesting. And then Noe was like, "Yo, why would you make a deal with such an evil vampire? Why have them corrupt you?" But then Chloe was like, she was kind of lonely. We get her backstory where she was actually like 11 years old and then cursed to be a vampire for some reason. And then her grandfather died because he was trying to like make a cure for her vampirism, but he could never make it. And yeah, everyone in her life that like tried to help her, try to cure her, try to work with her, they all kind of died, and then now she's just all lonely. She even thought her childhood friend John died. Yeah, we get Chloe's backstory. It's kind of sad, but like it was like a quick, solid episode showing us, yeah, how she's all lonely. She don't really have much to do, so that's why she made a deal with this evil vampire. And yeah, I guess we'll see everyone meet up soon. I wonder what John will have to say when she meets Chloe, and if we're gonna have to actually fight her, because you know things seem to be heating up to that moment. There might be like another fight in store for us in the future. Alright, and now for Kuroitsu-san from the Monster Development Department, episode 3. So yeah, I really love the story. I keep watching it. And yeah, this episode's pretty cool. We get some more cute characters. This one is Hydra, so a new monster is created by Kuroitsu. And it's another cute monster. It's like this little girl with like this hoodie. And she has like these two kind of like Hydras attached to her. The goal is to make it 8 Hydras that spit venom, but like, you know, they ran out of funding. They had to make it cute, so they only have 2 Hydra heads. And then they get easily beaten by the hero, so Kuroitsu, she's just so stressed about her job, just like nothing's working right. We see her just like going all-nighters researching, eating some takeout from this restaurant. So funnily enough, the restaurant worker is also the hero. So while Kuroitsu and him are talking, like they kind of like exchange ideas. But yeah, they have no idea they're kind of working against each other. And now it has 4 heads, but it still can't spit venom. So yeah, it's kind of like a failure as of now. But I mean, yeah, more cute monster characters that are trying to do their best. It's pretty cool. Besides that, we see like there's also magical girls here. So there's like Sentai characters, like heroes, and then there's like magical girls as well that are rising in popularity. So there's 2 of them. They transform in this amusement park because they detect a monster. And the monster is the Hydra. She's just eating food by herself, sitting in this amusement park, and then they attack her. So this poor girl's being attacked. She tries running away, and then the big chicken actually goes and rescues her. The chicken with the laser rifle and kind of like electricity powers. So yeah, he helps the Hydra since they like work in the same department, and then they become friends. You also get some existential life crisis from him because he doesn't like his job really. He's like, oh, can I really do this for the rest of my life? You know, I really need to change jobs, but no one wants to hire him because he's just like a monster chicken. So he realizes that working with Kuroitsu in the monster department isn't really that bad. And then him and Hydra actually gets a crush on him, but then he has to deal with the 4 heads behind her that also have their own personalities. So the chicken's like, yeah, I guess it's another life decision I chose. So yeah, this is a crazy ass anime. Like the concept is very weird, but it's basically about office life. So if you want to see like the regular life of engineers in like an anime format, then yeah, the show's like pretty strong so far, and I'll continue watching it. And yeah, that seems to be it for the show so far this week. I stopped watching a bunch of isekais, but I might review them later. And yeah, I'm excited for more wild shit, more story progressions, more slice of life. So yeah, let me know what your favorite anime this week was.